After witnessing Guy win a war because of his formidable strategies, a fairy from heaven forcefully transfers him to another world. The story begins with Grand Master Lu Nian welcoming Hall Chief Long at the Lotus Pond to play their chess game. He inquires about the recruitment of people with divine power into the Divine Realm's first Great Hall. She's interested in Commander Gao Xianji of the Song Kingdom, who has wiped out 5 kingdoms in only half a year. Lion uses his power to watch the war where Emperor Chen Taiji of Chen Kingdom is fighting against Gao Xianji and his army. Lu Nian criticizes Gao Xianji's move of sending his only commander against thousands. Long Wang King explains Gao Xianji's war policy has the potential to defeat his enemy. Shen Taiji is defeated by Gao Xianji. In despair, he sends his son Ulian to seek help from Guy in the mountains, who is an 80-year-old man sick with hemorrhoids. The prince offers Guy to help him treat his illness, but he gets mad because the prince needs his help to save the kingdom. The prince agrees to Guy's demands, assuring his admission to the Divine Realm's first Great Hall. Guy accepts to help him defeat the Song Kingdom at Halal Gate and visits Gao Xianji to deliver his attacking strategy. Chaos. Gao Xianji decides to cut all resources Guy has to isolate him in Hilo Pass. Tu Hai heads to the Song capital with his elder son Gu Han and his servant Smith Popo. They stop at a brothel, and Guy instructs them to enjoy and assures them he will gather information about defeating the nation. While Grand Master Lu Nian and Half-Chief are watching them, Long screams as she finds Guy the scoundrel. Lu Nian shocks her by telling Guy had defeated the Song Kingdom 3 days ago when he sent his son Gu Qin to meet Gao Xianji, whose strategy was the same as Gao Xianji, but the difference is that Guy is the richest man in the world. Gao Xianji's attempt to starve Guy only resulted in a decrease in his country's product exports, affecting the emperor who has to punish Jiezi, suspecting he was controlling the whole army. The emperor decides to take Gazi and his wife as a hostage, but Guy saves her in time. This way he wins the war against Gao Xianji. Lu Nian teleports Guy into the Divine Realm. Long extends his lifespan and makes him 30 years old, allowing him to enter the first Great Hall, bestowing the rank of helmsman. Guy awakes from a nightmare and sees Popo taking a dump beside him, telling him they are at the realm of divine heavens. Du Hai gets annoyed, and they come out of the room while fighting each other. As they get out of the room, Guy meets the hall chief. She introduces herself and tells Guy they are at the Thousand Island Sea. She tells him a story, but Guy does not listen to her and has fun in his new body. Chief Long becomes mad and calls for Gao Xianji. Guy complains he has already defeated Gao Zhangjian on earth, so why is he in the realm of divine heavens? Gao Xianji explains he is very impressed by him and wants to be an assistant. When they arrive at the Divine Chess Court's headquarters, Chief Hall requests to find the remaining disciples of Huan Kai and the Hall Chief. She asked Guy to enter the court with Gao Xianji as only they can enter the court at their level. Guy claims he is the person she is looking for since all the 5 countries belong to him. Chief Hall agrees with his points and allows him to enter the place. Guy orders Gao Xianji and Popo to follow him in exploring the remnant heavenly chess formation, which opens once every 200 years for the duration of 1 year, allowing masters to have treasures inside the domain. Inside the domain, a surge of wind blows, showing a woman's face, which shocks Guy, but it's just an illusion. Soon after, when they approach the secret domain, they see destruction and dead bodies everywhere, which they believe is because of the battle between the natives and human invaders. By touching an animal's body, Gao Xianji explains the body had no soul, which shocks everyone. In contrast, in Guy's inquiry, he explains that everything is because of Chief Long. Suddenly, a snake spirit comes out of the ground, and many people appear to capture her. As she is caught, a person inquires about Longevity Peach, but she explains herself as the servant of Medicine Hall and is unaware of Longevity Peach. On her denying the person, when about to torture her, Guy interrupts him by pretending to be the enemy of the girl, saving her by manipulating them with his words. A quarrel starts among them, and taking advantage of the situation, Guy disguises them and runs away with her near the lake. On the girl's inquiry, Guy claims saving her was just a good deed. The girl then transforms into a young and beautiful human form, and Guy names her Miku, who then calls Guy her master and demands him to take her with him. Gao Xianji tries to talk with her, but he returns beaten up. They decide to help her find her real master. Sharu takes her to see her home, and on their way to the home, Guy inquires whether there are snakes in her family. She responds about not having cobras but having many people in their garden. While she asks Guy about the Go chess, when they arrive at Seiru, Guy gets stunned to see her huge mansion. As they are about to enter the mansion, Gao Xianji feels the spirit energy from inside. After seeing it, they do not want to enter the mansion. Sharu offers to take them to another place where they will eat delicious food. Sharu takes Guy, Gao Xianji, and Popo to the Sea of the Stone Valley, where Guy inspects something like a dog while Popo pushes him to fall. In the meanwhile, Mengi informs the young master about capturing all invaders except the strong one. So he orders her to follow them to the Sea of the Stone Valley. Gao Xianji notices something around Sharu, which she explains as the spiritual energies following the location from where the spirit energy is coming. Guy feels spirit energy and falls asleep while meeting Guan Kai in his dream. As Guy enters the spirit domain, Gao Xianji notices a movement from the stone beside him. Gao Xianji startles to see him and attacks him with his swords. Gao Xianji notices a huge amount of spirit energy outside the cave. A young master uses the 88 constellations and traps the people of the domain in his barrier and tells them their souls will be trapped in his barriers, and they have to live under his laws. One of the people tries to attack him, but his soul is struck into the sky, and the young master declares himself as a god. Gao Xianji and Reverend watch the young master and tell Sharu and Popo about the situation. Sharu asks Gao Xianji to attack the young master, but Reverend stops him, saying he will not be able to break the formation. The young master starts the unfinished chess game puzzle on the top of the altar and tells everyone selected to be played will have a chance to save everyone if he wins the game. When Guy returns from the spirit domain, everyone becomes surprised and asks him about the situation. He says an old man named Guan Kai asked him to play a chess game with him, but he ran away. Reverend tells him the old man will give him a gold chess if he wins the game. Hearing this, Guy returns back to the old man and starts playing with him. Sharu feels immense spirit energy around her and inquires whether she is selected. He and the young master are waiting for the coming of Guy as the heavenly blade formation was made by the old man Guan Kai. So it must not make a mistake according to the heavenly blade rules. The young master orders Sharu to enter the game, but Gao Xianji stops her, saying he wants to volunteer for the game. The young master, speaking of heavenly rules, does not want him to enter, but then the zodiac constellation changes, allowing him to enter the game. While playing the game, Gao Xianji feels tense after a few moves. And then, as flashbacks of how Sharu was chosen for the game, but she does not know how to play it. Gao Xianji, after brainstorming, inquires the young master and whether he can play any move. He then switches the place with Popo as a mid-player, as it is the only way they can wait till Guy returns, but there's a reduction of 25 years of a person's life in exchange for switching the player. Gao Xianji continues to switch places with Popo in exchange for their life. While inspecting the worst state of Popo, Sharu goes to search for her master. A few times have passed until Gao Xianji has reached the limit of his life, and if he plays his last move, he will pass away. When Gao Xianji is ready to play the last move, the heavenly blade cracks, raising hope among people. Soon, Guy appears and appreciates Gao Xianji for his last move, which increases the hope of defeating the heavenly blade. Minnie notices a little star, which Guy refers to as his birth star from the solar system of the planet Earth. He then joins the game by switching and cracks the sky with his only move. Guy wakes up from a dream and stands with a secret artifact, a gold chess piece. Sharu, who was looking for him, runs and hugs him, and then Guy leaves to take over the game. After knowing about the game's situation, he cracks the sky with his multiple moves, forcing the young master to order the summoning of heavenly blades. All heavenly blades attack Guy, but he gets protected by the gold horse, who then appears to be the heavenly dragon. Guy finally plays his last move to win the game. His last move made a dragon break the heavenly blade formation, affecting Mengi, and she begins losing soul energy. The young master suspects, and Guy explains how, being immortal, he wins against the heavenly blade. He just had to memorize the chess manual for thousands of years. The young master, enraged, wants to take revenge by killing all people but then stops after the monk breaks the ground with his only strike. Guy has the illusion of his wife, which makes him spit blood out of his mouth while the monk stands calling the gold horse responsible for his present energy-drenched state. The monk offers to connect Popo's bones and meridians, as he already has lost enough lifespan in the game. Mingtai approaches the young master and offers him to shake hands to steal Guy's memories and obtain his gold chess piece. Mingtai and his people notice something weird and decide to check inside the cave, but they come across Gao Xianji. While Mengi sucks on the soul of the dead people, making Mingtai's people wonder about their alliance. Mingtai claims the offering of souls of their comrades to them as part of an alliance. While people become furious, FIRMAMENT objects to this alliance term, but Mengi scolds her for being a coward and not focusing on their primary objective. One of the people then presents his desire to lose his life if they fail to obtain the longevity peach. Mingtai then shocks Gao Xianji by claiming his kills as a plus point, as killing will give the young master more power. Guy, in his dream, sees himself at the ice lake, where because of his hemorrhoids, he bled, and he curses his celestial body. Chen Taiji, who has been waiting for him for 3 days, scolds him. Suddenly, a woman greets Guy from the back by covering his eyes. While Guy is aware of the hands, he gets overwhelmed and has his face covered in tears. In the Sea Stone Valley, people get ready to kill Gao Xianji. One of them confronts him, but Gao Xianji defeats him and inquires about the longevity peach. Gao defeats the opponent's scheme by taking the opponent's sword, while Mingtai explains it as a great weapon, as it stains living beings' souls. After holding the demon sword, Gao Xianji admires it, thinking the sword drains the opponent's soul power and feeds on the user's soul power. Suddenly, the young master attacks him, but Gao Xianji uses the demon sword to fight back but is surprised to see the young master attacking, as it was an illusion. Prince Yulin comes across the Ming God King and demands him to find Guy in return for a great reward. Ulite wants the Ming God King to carry him to the first great hall, but he refuses, feeling ashamed to carry an immortal. When Ulite threatens to throw away all the lollipops, the Ming God King takes him to Yulian's desired place. Meanwhile, when Guy is crying, Chen Taiji comes forward and uses harsh words to give Guy the title of an idiot who even cries after falling into a toilet bowl for 3 hours. He then accuses Guy of coming to cuddle with his sister, while Guy gets mad and fights with Chen Taiji. Feng Yang, by her insect controls, Guy and makes him kill Chen Taiji in his dream. Suddenly, Sharu stops Guy, but Feng Yang attacks her with multiple insects. Gao Xianji notices the presence of Great Spirit Kai, which shocks everyone. Daming God King, after witnessing the Spirit Kai's presence, breaks the seal of Guan Kai. The young master describes the seal as the protector of the secret of the innate remnant domain chess court and secrets of the longevity peach tree. Thus, it all comes to an end with a strange person appearing in the domain. Watch this next video.